Good day, Madam Nur Shuhada. Today, I will be presenting my individual assignment focusing on sea transportation and global shipping leader, the CMA-CGM Group. Sea transportation, or container shipping, is the backbone of global trade. It involves complex planning, route management, and port operation to move goods worldwide. Let's start with the main characteristic of sea transport. First, it has a high cargo capacity. Large vessels such as the CMA CGM Notre Dame class, which can carry over 24,000 containers units in just one trip. Second, it is multimodal. Because ships can only travel between ports, CMA CGM links ocean voyages with inland trucks, train, and barges to offer seamless door-to-door delivery. Next is environmental consideration. Sea transport is widely known as energy efficient and emits lower greenhouse gases. Let's now discuss the advantages of sea transport. The first one is cost effectiveness. Shipping massive amounts of goods over long distances is much cheaper for bulk goods. On top of that, it has also become the most popular choice among organizations and people. Next, sea transport is also relatively eco-friendly and acts as a major economic driver by creating millions of global jobs. However, there are disadvantages of the sea transportation. It is slow and prone to delays from bad weather or port congestion, making it a poor choice for time-sensitive or fresh food. Additionally, ships has limited inland reach. They cannot deliver directly to landlocked countries, which creates more complex additional process and increases cost. To add on, sea transport still gives impact on the environment. While efficient, global shipping still accounts for about 3% of the total greenhouse gas emission, which affect air quality near ports. Issues like ballast water discharge and oil spills also threaten marine ecosystem. Furthermore, rising automation and AI create socio-economic challenges, as traditional workers must adapt to new digital roles and face job loss. Let's now talk about the infrastructure of sea transportation. First are ports and terminals. These are the critical gateways where cargo transfers between land and sea. Beyond loading ships, they serve as massive warehousing hubs and maintenance centers. To keep things moving, they rely on infrastructures like piers, stacking yards, and giant cranes. Industrial players like CMA terminals operate 45 of these sites globally. Their transshipment hubs are located at the major maritime locations like Kingston Freeport Terminal and CMA Khalifa Port. Next are maritime routes and network. These networks links the world's commercial areas to move goods and passengers by using three core elements, which are nodes, links, and flows. However, these routes are often bottlenecked by strategic choke points like the Suez Canal and the Strait of Malacca. Major shipping lanes such as the Trans-Pacific and Cape route are what keep global supply chains moving every single day. There are many policies involved regarding sea transportation. Globally, the Sea Transport Code manages port operation. This regulation is applied in France. Locally, in Malaysia, sea transport is regulated by frameworks like the Merchant Shipping Ordinance 1952. This regulation is the core legislation for maritime activities in Malaysia. The Carriage of Goods by Sea Act 1950 defines carrier responsibilities and protect cargo owners. Issues concerning this mode of transportation include environmental sustainability, by which the means of transportation threaten marine pollution and aquatic lives. Moreover, issues like post-pandemic economic and supply chain during MCO also resulted in unsteady supply chain. Stakeholders of sea transportation consist of many parties. For example, the Ministry of Transport Malaysia. They serve as main reference point for other ministries. Next is transport operators like Port of Tanjung Pelepas, by which their stakeholders are MMC Corporation Berhad and APM Terminals. The case study is taken from the CMA CGM Florida collision case. The collision happened between the CMA CGM Florida and the bulk carrier Chausan. The incident took place in the East China Sea. Both stakeholders from CMA CGM Florida and Chausan had poorly interacted and used VHF radio. The impact severely damaged CMA CGM Florida, destroying 263 containers and spilling 610 tons of heavy fuel into the ocean. The case revealed two major issues and challenges. First, there was an issue with how the crew used technology. This officer on CMA CGM Florida relied too heavily on an automated system target list instead of doing manual radar plotting. This caused him to lose clear strategic overview of the approaching vessel. Second, there was a breakdown in language, which the Filipino officer on the CMA CGM ship could not properly understand the Mandarin Chinese spoken by the other officer, leading to confusion and delayed reactions. Recommendations and conclusions for the case study are such that crews must strictly follow international collision regulation and stop using radio chatter to bypass standard safety procedures. Lastly, shipping companies need to improve training, implementing regular simulated-based courses that focus on high-stress communication and language clarity can prevent future accidents. Thank you very much for your time.